right, we're gonna call the meeting to order at 5 o'clock on October 10th. We can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, roll call. Carol? Here. Lindsay, I'm here. Okay, so we are here tonight for the consideration and possible action to hire an interim clerk.
In the interest of letting people understand a little bit what was going on, the clerk turned in her resignation very late on Tuesday. We met with the attorney, or talked to the attorney on Wednesday. He said we had to immediately put somebody in the clerk position. So he come up with this language, so I want to say, I make a motion to hire an interim clerk who will be an at-will employee to commence immediately and continue on to the position of town clerk is filled, or April 15, 2025, whichever occurs first, and to grant the interim clerk all powers and duties of town clerk while the position of town clerk is vacant.
Okay, so we did have somebody step forth. Courtney Trimble did step forth and said that she would help us out.
I need a second on the motion.
Yeah, I'll second the motion.
Okay, now we can discuss it and see how we got to Courtney.
Sorry. So Courtney did say that she would step forth and take on the clerk's position until we can find somebody else or until the remainder of the term.
And I'm happy to talk if you want me to, or if anyone has questions for me or who I am or why I'm interested in doing this or anything like that. I'm happy to give any insight that anyone is interested in.
Go ahead.
I think it would be good to explain.
Do you mind if I stand up?
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
stand up.
Explain who you are, and also, this had to be done immediately because we are in the middle of election, and here's the election specialist for the county.
Yes, so that is one of the reasons. Lindsay and I were talking yesterday because she was concerned about the upcoming election, and without a clerk, she fills in as clerk and she does not have any election experience. So she told me that she did reach out to the attorney, and he said that the town could appoint someone interim, which means I would be an independent contractor working for the town at an hourly rate until they fill the job of town clerk, okay? And this also made me feel more comfortable because I do think it's very important when there are open positions on the board members, treasurers, clerks, that those are noticed and the public is given time to apply for them. So basically this would be temporary until those steps have been taken. At that point, anyone who is interested in this position can put in a letter of interest. I do think someone who's a member of the town would be wonderful to have if you have experience and things like that you can bring to the table. I would be happy to put in my letter of interest at the time. As far as who I am, my name is Courtney. I actually live in the town of Packwaukee. I was the town clerk in Packwaukee for a few years, and I now work for Marquette County as the chief deputy clerk and election specialist. So I work directly under Kylie Lloyd. That's basically what my experience is. Kylie actually headhunted me from working at the town. She saw how good I was doing with the town and how diligent I was in my election materials. And she told me that I was one of the few town clerks who constantly got all of my paperwork at the end of the night correct. So that's why she actually headhunted me to come work for the county instead, and that's why I left my town clerk position there. I wasn't sure I'd be able to do both at the same time. I'm settled in at the county. I understand the time I have available now, and I certainly do have time to do both jobs. And I would look forward to helping your town out for as long as you'd have me here. I certainly want to help you guys get through the November election. It is a big, important election, and I believe in elections and the fairness and openness of them. And if anyone has any questions for me, who I am, want to tell me you hate me, that's cool too. Let me know.
Thank you, Courtney, for doing this.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did anyone else have questions or anything? Okay, or about the process. I mean, I'm happy to answer those questions too if Lindsay can't answer them, or because she is still learning.
Yes.
She's doing well with learning, so thank you.
Thank you, Courtney.
Yes.
I don't have any other questions.
Okay, and she would just, correct me if I'm wrong, but $17 per hour.
Yep,
Go ahead.
Okay,
Go
let me, let me, I'm sorry.
If
That
you just
should
wanna
be-
fill everyone in on it.
Should be public as how I came to that number.
Okay,
So your town clerk is paid $8,500 per year. So what I did is I figured approximately 10 hours a week. Now during election times, that's gonna be more. During non-election times, it's gonna be less. It kind of averages out. Everyone figures about 10 hours a week for a clerk for a town this size. At that rate, it's about it was somewhere around $16.50 an hour, and I said I'd just like to round that up for simple math to 17, and then just get paid mileage from my house on the north side of Packwaukee to here. Or if I've got to run and check the mailbox or something like that, I would always take mileage from my house, never from my job, which is farther away, even if I'm coming from my job. I never take more mileage than I'd have to. I wouldn't get paid the per diems for the meetings at this point. It would just be an hourly rate, which would actually save the town a little money. I don't know what your per diems are for meetings, but if the meeting's a half an hour, I'd get paid for a half an hour of time. So that's how I came to that $17 an hour pay rate. So again, if someone has a question, you want to tell me you think that's a terrible idea, I'm okay with that. I'm open to discussion. So, thank you.
Thank you.
any other discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion passes 2-0. Okay, Courtney, if you
I was gonna say, would you like me to clerk the rest of the meeting?
Yeah, that would be great.
Well, we need to do the oath
Yeah,
first.
we'll do the oath.
What was that?
Do we have to do?
Oh, yes, do the oath, I'm sorry. I'm getting
Yeah,
ahead
you
of
can just
myself.
bear with us here for just a second here, guys.
And this oath is prescribed by chapter 17, is it? Chapter 19. Yeah, it's prescribed by statute.
Yeah, it doesn't say in here, I'm sorry, and I don't know off the top of my head. And I can read it out loud for anyone who would like me to. All right, so I, Courtney Trimble, having been elected or appointed to the office of interim town clerk, but have not yet entered upon the duties thereof, swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin, and will faithfully discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability. And then you fill out that bottom portion. Oh, sorry, there's may I speak for just a moment?
Yeah.
Okay. I know it's your last meeting, which I saw, it's posted online by the nice people who videotaped, that a couple people have volunteered to be election workers. I do have a sheet. I'd love anyone's name, phone number, and email address that is interested in being a poll worker. Brenda Peterson was nice enough to give me the list that she collected at the last meeting too, but anyone who is interested, I will be setting up trainings very, very quickly to get people ready to go for November. So please, if you're interested at the end of the meeting, come on up and put your name down and I will reach out to you. Thank you.
Perfect, okay. The next agenda item is gonna be check signers, so now that we do have a clerk, we'll have to go over the check signing again. So,
I make a motion that we are required to have 3 people signing checks to be able to pay our bills. So I make a motion that the 3 check signers be Courtney. I got your name right, Courtney?
yes, Trimble,
Trimble, Lindsay Bauman, and Carol Bolish.
I'll second that motion. Any discussion? Okay, go ahead, Charlene.
If Carol is supervisor too, I don't believe she can also be treasurer.
And she's not gonna be treasurer, she's just gonna be a check signer for the time being.
We have to have 3 people signing checks, and all I'm gonna be doing is signing checks. They're not appointing me treasurer.
Yeah, we're not
End of
gonna,
discussion.
okay. Any other discussion?
Mm.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
Okay, motion passes. Okay, and then the consideration and possible action to appoint supervisor 1.
Make a motion to appoint Keith Vandervelde as supervisor 1, effective immediately until the position is filled in April. Now, I do know that I talked to Keith, he's not here right now because he's stuck in traffic.
I'll second that motion.
Can you spell his last name for me?
It's VANDER.
And then space, and then capital VELDE.
Thank you. And that's to finish out the term through April, I think it's 15th is the third Tuesday.
Pardon me?
Your motion was to appoint him through the 15th. Sorry, usually I type and take notes, so I'm quicker.
I'm not sure where the 15th came in, because I think.
It's the third Tuesday in April is when all
The
positions end.
elections would happen.
Yep, it's 2 weeks after the April election.
All right, but I'm looking at my calendar, and the third Tuesday in April is the 21st.
21st, I'm sorry, okay.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 2-0.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion. Meeting adjourned at 5:11.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion passes 2-0.
And Keith,
Yeah,
Keith
5:11.
is on his way.
Okay.
He said he'd be a little late, so he can then do the oath, so
Okay.
that we can proceed with that without having to have a special meeting. He can wait a few minutes.
Yeah, no problem. And if anyone has questions for me that they just don't want to bring up in front of everyone, feel free to come speak to me. I'm happy to talk to anyone about anything. Almost. Caveat that.
The war in Ukraine.
So it gets filed with the town, so I have to see what your guys' setup is for filing and stuff, but it gets filed with the town, so if anyone ever wants to ask me, it can get like
Let's stick around for a few minutes.
yeah, you have a dedicated filer.
Like always.
Right.
Is it the 15th? I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, it's awesome. Okay, it was early. Okay.
Hey, Jim.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Hey, Charlie, how you doing? Hey, fine, how are you? I'm doing good, man. Oh, he's got a grip on his dog.
Here.
So just put your name in September for me, and just make a note over here that you want to be there during October. Because that might be something that
She updated the wording, there was 3 resolutions, she made 1. She had no intentions. Carol ran around and caused trouble and told everybody she was doing wrong. And
I was sitting at the meeting, and
she never changed any of the laws, she never.
I know, but people wanted to know if she was.
And she said no.
No, she said, I get to change the roads because I'm in charge. That's what she said.
No.
Yeah, she did that, and that's why I was only one road and one people on that one road.
Changing of the guard.
Finally.
and that'll remind me.
I know.
Oh, one, and then there's a few. I just want to get her keys
This out, actually.
So why were all the people here?
There's a party here tonight.
Okay, and Keith, I'm gonna make sure I have your name spelled right. VANDER space.
D-E-R-V-E-L-D-E.
Okay, there's a space.
Is there a space in
Yeah.
there? Okay. Okay.
Wasn't that a good letter?
Supervisor, and he will be number 1, right? Not number 2.
I'll duplicate him.
So, if you would like to sign this,
Yeah, they charge the extra. They charge the extra
You know
for
what? I think
those.
she got Brenda's keys. Hold on.
I do,
This is
yes.
number, this is number
You
4.
got her contact keys and everything?
Yes, actually, I should get one
okay.
in my car. and make
Okay,
sure
so
that-
she's already got them, so I'll just put that one back in the thing here then. Sorry, I guess.
Okay.
Still got a little bit of furnace in there.
Okay.
And we want to change that one, so
Okay.
sometime.
Yeah, you found the you saw where the book was or whatever.
Yeah, but that's,
Did I get it
have
out?
to have a key for, just have to have a key for both. Just
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Charlie. That's all right.
Alright, that is all we need. She's going to file that. You are officially a town supervisor. I am officially your interim clerk. Thank you. You missed my spiel, but I used to be the clerk in the town of Milwaukee. And now I work at the county clerk's office and I'm the election.
You were here for the election?
Yes, yes, I was here helping out Kyle. So, and this is a sign up, anyone who wants to work as an election inspector can sign up, give me their information, come to trainings. There's only 3 per election, but I'd love to have more people join. So, if you have.
These are,
And like I said, it's good to have lots of people trained in it, because that way one person can't make it to one election, someone else can fill in. I mean,